Welcome to the Daily BEEShow, episode 50. Holy moly, episode 50. I can't believe that. That's only like 3 months. 3 months? Yeah, I think about 3 months ago we started this. As an accident off the back of starting the 30-day Go Live challenge, which again was another accident off the back of being challenged to just jump on and do some videos, get my face out there. Valerie, hey you legend. Valerie, love your guts, hun. Katie, Amy, lovely to see you, beautiful ladies. So, episode 50, Katie Cooper. Kicking it off with a bang. Hey guys, hey Loz, hey Lukey, good to see you. Hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you had a good start to the week. I thought it was Monday, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. Denny, hey brother. Here she comes. Hey Chris, hey guys. Jamie. Hey Kakuza, hello brother. Guys, you know that I've been putting out the go. Oh, hello. I'll go back to that.
Oh, okay. I have to do it that way. Oh gosh! Hi. This is all new for me. Hold on. Nah, does that work?
Yeah.
Nah. There we go.
How's that?
Oh, look at me shaking like a leaf.
No, it's all right. Do you have like a little tissue box or something that you can put it down on, or are you just gonna hold it?
Hold it on? Sure. I was prepared.
Either way works.
Okay, bear with me.
Oh good, oh good. Hey guys. Hey Sammy. Shari.
Cool.
Good to see you guys.
Okay, let's work this out.
Katie. Oh, I'll put myself in the eye.
You can see all my books behind me there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What have you been reading?
Everything.
Everything.
You know me. Classic Gemini. Bit of this, bit of that.
I've been having some crazy adventures with some Geminis lately and learning a little bit more about us crazy folk.
I never know where to look on these things, right?
Because it's weird looking at your own face.
There we go. Woo! Okay, I think we're almost there. Live television. Woohoo!
Hello, everybody.
Now,
awesome.
Is that light too annoying? Now, if this topples over, apologies.
No, makes you look like you're an angel.
Ah, I am.
A bit of angel actually going on too.
I'm a hot, sweaty mess, but at least I'm out of my pajamas and I have washed my hair.
It's getting pretty warm. I was thinking of getting into my pajamas and taking these off. No.
Hey, well, you know me. I'm always in my pajamas. That's where I do all my lives.
I'm always wearing my pajamas underneath my clothes. So, hun, thanks for jumping on. How you feeling?
No worries. Oh, a bit nervous-sided.
A bit nervous-sided.
It's going to be one of those lives. Lots of laughing.
Yeah, cool. I'm a bit nervous-sided as well. So I don't think it ever goes away, to tell you the truth.
No, I don't reckon it does. But I think that's like anything, isn't it? Like you're always a bit nervous when you haven't done something for a while, or like, you know, if you're starting something for the first time. But then you realise it's actually not that hard.
Yeah, well, sort of when you take that leap of faith and then you realise, oh, it's actually nowhere near as full on as what I thought or expected it to be.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, hun,
cool.
Introduce yourself for those that don't know who you are and haven't been following you and yeah, haven't been seeing you all over the place doing what you're doing.
All right, cool. Well, I'm Katie, Katie Cooper, and yeah, basically a bit of background on me, 35-year-old woman, and living at home with my parents. Boom. Nurse and now a florist. And yeah, well, that's sort of what I do, I guess. But yeah, it's sort of not really me.
What do you love to do?
What do I love to do? Well, I love doing the floristry, but that is a job. What I love to do is talk to people. I love to talk to people, and I love to really just sort of spread love. That's I know that sounds a bit corny, but it's actually what I love doing on a daily basis.
And
it's like
and
I
being
wake
a total
up every
legend.
Morning.
Awesome.
I can't see any comments because I've switched them off. So
Okay, cool.
Do I? Yeah. So just because I knew that I'd get a little distracted, I'll probably open it up after.
That's all right. The
um,
Katie expose
yeah.
is what we're calling it.
Yeah. It's definitely an uncomfortable zone.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah, it does sort of get you out of your comfort zone, make your asshole sweat a little bit, and sort of push you into that place. And every time I'm jumping on with new people as well, it's every single one's different. You think after 50 episodes and doing a bunch of go lives and a bunch of different video content, it would get the nerves will get less and less. But I think what gets less and less is the time it takes to sort of press that button, or the time it takes to actually take that leap. But the
Yeah,
actual
definitely.
intenseness of those nerves is still, yeah, very, very ripe and alive. Is that what you found as well?
Totally, totally. And I think like doing, it's day 30 for me today.
Epic.
The irony. I was just like, when I was starting to do this 30-day go live challenge, oh my God, was I packing it. Like,
Yeah.
it was so uncomfortable for me. Because I'm like, yeah, the journey of my 30 days it's like unleashing this whole new me. Because yeah, every single time still now, I sometimes, if I got nothing to say, I jump on there and I'm packing it. I'm like, oh, what am I going to
Yeah.
say? But it's just, you get better and better every day. If you just push through those uncomfortable zones, like that is literally where the magic is waiting for you. If you just keep pushing and never give
100%.
up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Valerie just said you're not allowed to leave as well. You got to go round two by the sounds of it.
Oh man, it's so funny. I did that 30-day one today, and I basically said all this stuff in it, but my stupid phone, because it's an idiot, it just kicked me off. So I did an 8.5 minute live, and there's a minute and a half on there, basically saying I'm doing round two.
So
But
frustrating.
yeah, so I am doing round two.
Legend.
Um, I'm feeling really abundant actually this morning because like all this crazy stuff's happening, all this
Yeah.
crazy stuff today. It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't work out that it was going to be day 30 for me today with you for this. I didn't work that out. I was just like, it's happening on day 30. And
Yeah,
then,
shit.
my tax came through. Finally.
Booyah. Awesome.
Money?
Money.
Money!
Abundant
Yay!
life. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And episode 50 to join me on. So that's as well like a milestone coming on here and being here with me as
Hell
well.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell
So
yeah.
talk about that start of the 30 days, because you had already been doing a lot of lives in your group, which we'll get to and talk about
Yes.
shortly as well. But then even to jump on and actually commit to that 30 days, can you just walk me through that process of initiating that journey?
Yeah, totally. Well, I don't know if any of you guys know. Some of you probably do. Maddie's actually my coach, and this was actually really great. Maybe just a bit of background is I was watching Maddie's lives and I just felt this, whew, like connection. I was just like, I need to meet this guy. I need to work with him. I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know where. I don't know when. But I need to know this man.
You're
And so
awesome.
like, yeah. And so he ended up being my coach, which was amazing. I won a competition with him, and I'm so grateful for that. But what Maddie invited for me was to do this 30-day go live challenge, and instantly my ego was just like, nah, too easy. Too easy. I've done that before. I've done like a 30-day mental health challenge, which, I hadn't done for a couple of years. So really, that was really my ego kicking in and just like going, yeah, you don't need this. You've done it.
Whatever. I've already done this.
Whatever.
Been there, done that.
You're an expert at this sort of stuff. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I guess I started thinking, and this happens a lot, I think, is people come into your life and they plant little seeds and it gets you thinking. And for me, the 30-day live challenge is exactly what I needed to do because the growth that I've experienced in that challenge has just been off the charts. And, I even
Literally.
said to I even said to my best friend the other day, I feel like I've got more out of this free 30-day go live challenge than I have got in so many years of psychotherapy. I'm like, what the
Fucking full
hell?
on. Yeah.
Because there's no one telling you what to do, right? In this 30-day Go Life challenge, there is no one giving you a book of rules and saying you must do it this way. And there's no rules except being respectful and coming from a place of love, which we always should be doing.
That's not even a rule,
Um,
isn't it? It's just we set such a high standard for ourselves, and everyone
mm,
in that group is living at such a high standard, vibrating at such a high frequency. They're just emitting like love and support and
oh,
enthusiasm
yeah.
and yeah, fucking beautiful place to be.
Oh, it's amazing. And like, I mean, if I'm having a crapper of a moment, I just jump on there because someone's got gold to give on that group. I don't care. Yeah, half the people on that page, I have no idea what they do for a profession. No idea.
No,
No idea.
that's it.
But they've got gold to give.
Yeah,
It's just an awesome journey. It really is. And why would I stop now? Why would I stop when in just 30 days I've had like all this growth and I am organically helping other people, which is amazing.
yeah. So is that something that really stood out for you in the Go Life
Oh,
challenge, or is that something you had already sort of really started to witness within your group that just by you being vulnerable, that you were helping other people just by showing up, basically?
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I've done a lot of personal development, but I feel like it's all coming up in the last probably 6 to 7 weeks. Um, just these little random things clicking because they're so true. Things like vulnerability is key. That is such a simple phrase. If you don't understand it, you will eventually. It is key. If you're not being vulnerable, you're not being yourself. It's so the way to be. It's
That's
so
it.
the way to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I mean, in my group, which is Inspire Me and Never Give Up, I actually have a little clip at the top of that page if you click on it, and it actually shows me being vulnerable. And I did this probably about 2 weeks ago, saying, "This was never about me. You know, this is not my group. This is your
Yeah.
group." Because I only really realized that a couple of months ago. You know, I made the page for me. It was never about me.
No.
I get so much from that page, but I know I also give a lot, and it's
Mm.
an epic page, epic. Yeah,
That's
so many
that's
people on there inspiring and talking about mental health, and
no.
it's great to see, and I can see who's being vulnerable on that page, and
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can.
I'm just like these people are just shifting up a notch, and that's great.
Mm. Do you find it's all resonates down from your level of vulnerability that you're putting out there as the unofficial leader of the group?
I think yeah, I think yeah. I think
Yeah.
we all need a leader.
Yeah.
And maybe even my mum the other day was like, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I was going to have an extroverted daughter. and and yeah, and I think that that's because I'm the eldest sibling, the eldest cousin.
Yeah.
So you know, and then I was a nurse, and so that leadership, I didn't ask for it. It just kind of came with my life in so
Yeah.
many different ways. So when something affected me so dramatically, I mean, I had a choice. I had a choice to just go, oh, well, you know, stuff happened. But how selfish of me would that be to not lead with that? Something that has affected me so dramatically in my life, you know, with
Mm.
mental health and mental illness. Like, why wouldn't I share my experience if someone else can get something from it? Like,
Yeah.
that would be so selfish to not share that. So that's sort of where that came from.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Do you see that within yourself, obviously in your past, but also now that you've gone through that journey, can you see now in others people that are trying to heal or break through
Mm.
or fix themselves is almost pushing away that gift of the experience that they've went through, where that process of really owning it and harnessing it and recognizing that everything that's happened to us has actually happened for us, and that is a massive gift to give back to people and Yeah. Do you recognize that in others now that you've gone through it and see them trying to almost hide their
Absolutely.
experiences?
Absolutely. I can see, the thing is, everyone's watching, right? Everybody is watching, whether they're on social media or not. They are watching everything you do. It's like a movie. They're
Yeah.
watching you. And yeah, and I can see who is owning their shit and, getting on there and being vulnerable and trying to inspire other people to do the same. And I can see people that are hanging back, and that's fine. Um, Everyone's got stuff that they need to get through, and in their time, they'll get there. Um, there's like 240 people on that page, and probably only about 10 people that regularly post, which is fine. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. Yeah, it is what it
80% of
is.
them are looking in the background though.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's with
Yeah.
anything you do, with any profession, with especially when it comes to social media. Um, it's never about the likes or any of that crap. Like that's people are seeing it. It's just whether or not they choose to engage.
Yeah. That's it. And now that
Yeah.
you've been doing it for such a long time, have you started to get people that have been watching you for a long period of time start coming out of the woodworks and telling you that and being like, oh, I've been watching for a while. You've been really impacting me and
Yes.
inspiring me. Right? Yeah.
Yes, I have, and it's so interesting because some of them are people that I haven't seen for years, or that maybe have ordered some floristry stuff off me. And they love my work, of course, but then like I'll go and deliver it, and they'll be like, "By the way, you're so freaking inspiring," and I'm like, "Say what?"
Yes. Say what?
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna keep doing me, no matter what, right? Always keep just being
So
myself.
beautiful.
Um, but yeah, it's nice when people get something out of it. I guess it's like when I do my floristry stuff as well. It's really nice when people buy my stuff.
Yeah.
That's a validation thing, but it's never about being validated. It's not about that. I'm totally fine with where I'm at. I don't need,
Yeah.
I don't need it. It's just, if it happens, it happens. Awesome, great. I'm really happy that I am helping people on their journey. It's awesome.
Yeah. And do you find as well, like, this is something that I've noticed is I haven't recognized the impact that I have been having and that people keep coming and telling me. And so
Mm,
sort of like I really need to pinch myself and, okay, it's actually a
mm,
big deal about some of the stuff that's been happening and the impact that we're having and just the space that we're holding and creating for people to actually open up and do that and share themselves to have those breakthroughs because, like you said, for me too, that 30 days to start with, got more out of that than a whole lot of actual personal development stuff, different coaching and
mm,
different things that I've been through, not to devalue them as well, but and the importance of them, but just that, I guess the self-paced, the self-motivation that needs to come along with it and the self-accountability because it's like you're on
oh
camera,
yeah.
so you need to show up. Your face needs to show up every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that committed action, like that's a huge thing. No matter what, like it has to be a no matter what kind of thing. If
Mm,
you commit to something, it has to be that 100%. And,
mm,
it's just, yeah, people are watching for you to fail. They totally are. It's just
yeah.
human nature. People are like, ooh, where is it? Where is it? You might say something like, for instance, I got about halfway through my 30-day live challenge and I was just like, need to step this up. It's getting a little comfortable. So I started to share every day consistently on my Inspire Me and Never Give Up page. I thought, oh, this is a bit challenging. This is opening it up to a few more people. Now, no one's going to go
Mm.
give me a little buzz and say, hey, Katie, where's your go live for today? You're not being accountable or whatever. No one's going to do that. I have to do that. Self accountability.
Yeah.
So we have to consistently kind of show up with the committed action. Otherwise, we're not having any integrity without, words mean nothing. It's action, really, isn't it? And we're
Yeah.
human. I mean, you know,
You are.
I'll
I
fuck it
agree.
up. Godly. I'm an angel.
Oh,
Oh, there's my little halo. This is so interesting that this is happening, right? The light
I
behind
know,
me.
right? That's it.
Halo.
That's awesome. So, Valerie is making a few comments.
Oh, I should swipe it. Sorry.
Yeah. So, hey Daniel.
Sorry,
Dan.
I haven't said that in ages, Maddie. Sorry, I just caught
Good.
myself saying sorry. Which
all
way
right.
do I swipe it? Left, right? No, it's not going to do
It's
it for
definitely
me.
one of them. That's all right. Committed action. Yeah, Sammy. That's right. It's big. Hey, like that.
Oh, got it. Cool. Hey, Chris. That's my best friend on there, Christy Wheeler.
Hey, Christy.
She's awesome. Christy in the house, as Maddie likes to say.
In the house.
In the house. Sam,
Yeah.
your vulnerability called me out, Katie. Ooh. Yes, Sammy,
I think
vulnerability.
that did a lot, actually. When you jumped on, that was a pivotal point, and people keep raising the fucking bar. Hey, like
I know, right?
new level of vulnerability, new level of enthusiasm, new level of energy, and it's like as soon as you see someone just raise that bar, everyone knows it's like, fuck, I gotta pick up my game.
That is so true. It's like Sammy always says, I'm being called forward. I know it's my
Yeah.
time,
Uh-huh.
And
That's
that's so true. And it's happened to me. And I'm like, gosh, here it is. It's happening.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You just embrace it. And gee, it's good living in an uncomfortable zone. So much better than the boring, comfortable zone, isn't it?
It is, man, 100%. But this has been a long time coming for you, hasn't it? Hasn't always been like this, and
Hugely.
that has not been your thought pattern and belief pattern for.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! No! This has been a long time coming, and I've had to go through so much stuff to get here. But
You're going to share like a bit
yeah,
of a timeline of some of the
sure,
major points that really impacted leading up to
yeah.
now.
So look, I had a fantastic childhood and all that. No real issues. But I hit year 12 and I started to feel all this anxiety, and it was so unfamiliar to me and I didn't know what the hell it was. And yeah, I started to have some really difficult times through that year where I had to stop doing all this stuff that I was doing all the time. Fast forwarding a little bit through, I became a nurse, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but I did enjoy it. But it was really leading me into an area that it was stressful. It was really stressful. And I feel like as an adult, I was really young as an adult, because maybe a little bit sheltered in my development, my growing up situation. I wasn't always exposed to issues, concerns, deaths, all that sort of stuff as a child. So maybe I was a little bit naive, I suppose, in my 20s when I was becoming a nurse. So all of a sudden, I landed in this world where it was, gosh, this brutality and of life, basically, where, at the drop of a hat, you can just die. And that was really confronting. And me being a really high achiever most of my life, it really sort of made me, I had to climb the ladder. I just felt like I had to climb the ladder. And every year that I progressed in my nursing career, I was like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough nurse. I'm not as good as that person. I was comparing all the time. And so, that led me to ICU, because that's kind of like the top of it. You kind of go into some specialty area. It's either like ED or theatre or ICU, because then I think it's kind of like a self-realization that you've kind of got to the top. And then you can go a little bit higher if you want to go into like CEO kind of stuff and ANUM or whatever, managerial kind of stuff. But for me, what was happening was I lasted 7 years in ICU. I started in 2010. But gee, did it just, it just consistently broke me down, consistently. And I just fell into this deep hole of depression.
What
And
aspects of
like,
it were breaking you down?
it was just, this I had to function at this level that was, well, it's like someone, say you work 7 days a week, right? You can only do that for a certain amount of time. So for me, working in ICU was like running 7 days a week. It was just like running 7 days a week with no day of rest. No, and so, and you know, I was in a relationship that wasn't great for me at the time as well. And I felt like all I was doing was giving, 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 giving. So I would give at work because an ICU nurse is with their patient for the whole 8.5, 12-hour, whatever shift, right? So they're there for every family that comes in, every crappy moment that happens, every good moment as well. But really,
Yeah.
you know, these people are really sick. So you're getting a
Yeah.
lot more of the crap than the good. But then if
Yeah.
you're going home to a crappy environment as well, like, and you're not,
It
and you're
doesn't stop.
giving more, it just doesn't stop. And there's only so long you can actually do that before there's a tipping point and you just break. And that's what happened to me in 2012. I had a major breakdown and,
Hmm.
you know, I attempted to take my own life. And
Hmm.
yeah, and that's what happened. And so I ended up going into a mental health hospital for 8 weeks.
Can you
And
paint a bit more of a picture of where you were leading up to
emotionally.
attempting to take your life? Yeah, like just to
Mm,
paint that picture. So, because what I
mm,
found, and this is where this question comes from, is I've never attempted it, but I've definitely been in that space of
mm,
contemplating it. Um,
yeah.
and I've got character traits and attributes that didn't allow me to go further than that, which I'm really grateful for.
Mm,
But I definitely understand that process of how people can take that leap and actually go
mm,
there. So yeah, just to share with other people that maybe haven't experienced it or haven't had someone close to them experience something like that, just paint
mm.
that picture of really that space that you were in leading up to that for them.
Yeah, sure. Ooh. Yeah, so
Allow yourself to go
I
there.
think, yeah, I think for me, it was just no matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, no matter what I said, no matter what, it wasn't good enough. That's how I felt, no matter what. You know, this is the girl that used to try and fix everything, everyone, including my patients, which wasn't always fixable. And, you know, I got really sick of watching people die. I'm going to get really emotional now. It got to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Um, and it wasn't just that, you know, there was, I just felt lost. I felt lost and directionless. And I thought, I've put so much work and effort into getting to this point in my career. I have to stick to it, you know. This is all me self-talking. No one's telling me this. This was me going, you know, I have to stick to this because I don't, I'm too old to do other things. I've put too much into this, you know. I've worked so hard for this. I've done a bachelor in this, you know. I've paid 20 plus $1,000 in school fees to do this, so I have to stick it out. So I think what happened was I just felt so goddamn trapped, and I was I was using other people as, I guess, an outlet to try and verbalize how trapped I was feeling, but they couldn't help me because they're them, you know. And I was only sort of, I guess, telling them what I wanted to tell them and not the whole of it. So I just felt really trapped and no one could help me. And you know, I was starting to drink a lot more. I was drinking a lot more alcohol, um, to really numb all the racing thoughts and the racing everything. You know,
Hmm.
it's so interesting now. I like get up. I love getting up in the morning. Never back then. I hated it. I hated
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
because I thought, my God, I have to do this all over again. I have to. I have to struggle through another day.
Hmm.
And yeah, and it was just, I just couldn't see any light. There was no light. It was just darkness. everywhere. And yeah, so I just, sorry, I'm getting so many little messages. Yeah, so what happened was, you know, I'd been on antidepressants. I was working with a psychologist at that time in 2012, but I just didn't feel like any of it was working. None of it was working, and I thought, well, I'm doing all the right steps here, I feel, and nothing's working. And you know, I'm trapped in my bedroom for 2 or 3 days, and I can't even work. You know, what's the point? So yeah, it's really hard, and I found a lot of comfort in drinking alcohol, which is what I now know is totally suppressing everything and just bringing it back tenfold the next day.
Yeah.
It doesn't help one little bit in any aspect. You think it is, it's not. It just makes things 10 times worse, really. But yeah, I used to be
Doesn't feel
after
like that in the time though, does it? It's
doesn't,
like
no,
in
you're
the
just
moment, it
desperate.
takes away that.
Takes it away. Mm.
So
You're
I
just
mean,
after anything that can take it away, especially when you're going through a massive depressive episode where you can't see any light, and it's day in, day out of the same crap, and you just feel like it's just never going to end.
hopeless,
So,
helpless, and trapped is
yep.
really good way to explain how it felt. Yeah.
So even on antidepressants, I was still suffering. Even seeing a counsellor, I was still suffering. You know, I had the love and support of my family, but it didn't matter. And you know, one night, I do remember what it was actually. And this is the thing I want to talk about is triggers, being prepared for triggers with mental health, because if you're in a vulnerable state, like something like this that I was, for starters, I increased that vulnerability through drinking. And then I was listening to music, and I was out the back I remember this, I was out the back in our shed, just because I'd go out there just to get away from the house and the mess and everything that I couldn't deal with. So I just go out there and I'd put the music on. And I remember this song came on the radio, and it was Missy Higgins, Everyone's Waiting. And I don't know if you know that song, but
Not off the top of
far
my head.
out.
Sing it to me.
Oh, it's like, oh God, you're really, really challenging me today, Maddie, aren't you? It's like,
I'll sing along if I know the word.
it's like, everyone's waiting. It's getting harder to hear what my heart is saying. What is it? What's the next line? Something like, I've hardly listened to it.
That's amazing. You're awesome. I love it.
Yeah, but it's basically the message behind it was, you know, this girl is basically putting on her outfit and her mask every day and going out there and being this person that she doesn't want to be anymore, but everyone's waiting for her to show up. And it just hit home. I'm getting goosebumps far out.
What's it called?
Everyone's Waiting by Missy Higgins.
Cool. Can someone find that and put that in the comments if they get it to it before us?
It's a very powerful song, and it is about suicide. So please, trigger warning. If you watch it, like, please have a support person around you in case you are triggered by it. In fact, I would suggest watching it over listening to it, because the video does end with a really nice ending. She decides not to kill herself, and she comes up out of the water, and you know, she's like, the sun is there, and she thinks, actually, I'm going to give this another crack. Now, for me, I just listened to the song, so I didn't have that context, but I was just like, well, if everyone's waiting, they can fuck off, because I'm out of here. So that was basically it right there, and that was like my little tipping point where I just went, you know what, it's now or never.
Thanks,
I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to do this right now. And far out. So grateful I wasn't successful on that one.
Fuck yeah, me too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable now when you're out of that headspace.
Yeah, but don't worry, I went there a couple more times, not as drastically, but I did go there a couple more times through desperation once again. Usually always to do with alcohol. In fact, always to do with alcohol. I'm just thinking about that.
Well, it seems like that was
Four,
just the natural
four
progression, like
times.
down that slippery slope. It's like,
Totally.
because it wouldn't have started with
Totally.
the alcohol, would it? Or did
No.
it? No. Yeah.
No, it didn't start with the alcohol. Like the whole depression thing didn't start with alcohol. The alcohol was to, I guess it was to help me with social anxieties as well as dealing with continuous thought patterns. And that was
Yeah.
more of like suppressing that. I used it as a drug, really.
It's
Yeah.
sort of, I find it's like sort of suicide of the emotions for a period of time. And then if that really doesn't get fixed or sorted, that's when you actually like, all right, this isn't working anymore like it used to. And then we go into something a bit drastic, more drastic. But yeah, it's a slippery slope, especially when you do start self-medicating and covering up, which is
Hugely.
essentially what it's, yeah, what it's doing.
Mm.
So, okay, now you're at where you're at.
Mm.
And you're speaking and dealing with a lot of people that are still going through anxieties, depressions, overwhelms, uncertainty, stresses, right? And you do clearly have the light behind you, right?
There's the light.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the overarching message that you feel you're delivering to these people to assist them in really helping them get a leg up out of that hole and to find that light for themselves?
Always hope. There's always hope. Like that's something I hold on to so tightly, is that no matter what, there is always hope and there is always love. Always. And I think I just put a post on Inspire Me and Never Give Up the other day saying that, you know, no matter what you think, even if you can't love yourself right now, there is someone out there that believes in you, that has hope for you, that loves you, you know, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, who you think you are, you know,
Yeah.
like there are people in prisons that still have people that love them.
Yeah.
There are people that are, you know, homeless, but I'm sure that there are people that still love them because, you know, we're human. Like
That's what we do.
giving love is like a part of us. I mean, but the thing for me that's been really a big shift for me is that is taking myself out of the equation, like physically. This is not about Katie. Do you know what I mean? Like, and some people may not get this, but I've done a lot of like acceptance and commitment therapy and a lot of work on myself, a lot of mental health therapies over the years, and the biggest advice that I've ever been given, I feel, on this topic is do what works. Do whatever that means, you know. Do what works for you. Now, for me, what works is this is not about Katie. This is about I was put on this earth to do something with this body and this life. I was put here to do something. Now, sometimes that might not always be really clear, but that's what I lead with, you know. It's not about me. And as soon as it's like hugely about me, that's when shit kind of goes wrong. Because that's
Yeah.
like, yeah, absolutely.
We don't stress about things that aren't about us. We don't get anxious
No,
about things that aren't
exactly.
about us.
Exactly.
We're only
Seriously.
depressed about things about us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah. Who actually gets really, really, really full on depression and anxiety when they're watching the news? Like full on. 'Cause it's actually not about you. Like when circumstances you feel like they're happening to you, that's what causes the depression, the anxiety. when they're all compounding and happening to you, but nothing's ever happening to you.
Yeah. I don't think people also recognize until after the fact, and sometimes never, that even when you are in a difficult place or going through something struggling, or like the prisoners or the homeless people, the value that they're giving people is the inspiration of where and what not to do in certain circumstances. And without those
Yes.
people there, like for example, if I hadn't done certain things that I did, maybe my little brothers and sisters would have gone down a similar or a worse path because they didn't have me as an example to set certain boundaries and to show them certain things in the ways of the world. And so my pain has in turn created their sort of liberation from certain pathways. And that, I don't really think I've heard anyone talk about that in that way before, but I think um,
That's
it's
100%
so important.
correct. Like, it's all about that, really. Like, I love, I've heard, I think you said this actually, you win or you learn. You don't ever
Yeah.
lose. Like,
Hmm.
it might seem so compounding and like, oh my God, this is horrible, or this grief is terrible, or,
Yeah.
when am I going to feel better? But imagine if you can just look at it and going, what's this doing for me? I wonder what I'm going to get out of this. I wonder what my future self's going to be grateful about this situation that I'm in.
Hmm.
There's a reason. There's a reason. What am I trying to say? Yeah,
For everything.
there's just a reason for everything. There is, like, and I'm grateful that I'm 35 and I've had, all of these experiences. I'm grateful that I went through this. At the time
Yeah.
when I was in hospital, when I was going through breakdown, no, I was not grateful for this. But in reflection, I'm
Hmm.
totally grateful for it because it's allowed me to be able to help others through this process, which is
100%.
always going to be near and dear to my heart, always, because I know what it's like.
And that sort of touches on the tagline of our chat today, mental health to mental wealth. And it
Mm,
just sort of reminds me of, I just see the crossover, the pattern in whether you're an entrepreneur or an athlete or a nurse or someone that is depressed, whatever you're going through, right?
mm,
Your practice is what makes you tough and what makes you strong. So like Conor McGregor might be in the octagon and practicing every single day, so he's ripped and buff and fast and quick and strong, so he can dominate in the game. But what
mm,
you've gone through and your octagon has been your mental health journey, and now you're ripped as fuck when it comes to the mental health, and you're out there getting
totally.
yourself out there and bloody selling out arenas with your awesomeness in your community because of the training that you've done and of the journey that you've gone through and strength and resilience
Mm,
you've created, which is fucking awesome. And
mm,
for the people that are still in that space or still not too sure, like that is a key. Like you win or you learn. Again, it's another
mm,
slap on sticker. It's so fucking profound that it's almost an offense just to say it so fleetingly like that. But when you can tap into that and really get people that can help you learn that and help embody that, that's when
mm.
shit changes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like, yeah, you win or you learn. It's a powerful concept. It really is, because we all want to win. Like, we all want to win. But yeah, like, really embracing that learned process and being grateful for the crap. So many people go, do your daily gratitudes or whatever, or what are you grateful for today? What are you thankful for today? And everyone's just like, they get no, they get really like profound, and they're like, oh, I'm grateful I have a house, and I'm grateful that I can walk, and that's really great. But what about being grateful for the shit you've been through? What about being grateful for that? What about
Yeah.
being grateful that you had to go through alcoholism to get to this point in your life? Or what about the fact that you had to be this fierce single parent for since you were 18 years old to get to this point, this day in your life where you're rocking it? Sammy, I'm
Hmm.
talking of you. Um, what about being grateful for all the hard times where you thought that you weren't good enough, or that you couldn't do it, or I don't know, yeah, that you were suicidal, but you got through it? What about
Well,
being grateful for all those times?
put yourself through a college degree and taking 5, 10, 15 years in a profession and in an industry where it led you to actually something completely different, or being in a marriage or a relationship for 5 or 10 or 15 years that leads to something else that ended not the way you would like. But yeah, all of us, man.
I've been there. But yes,
Katie,
I was
keep that.
even saying that today. I was saying, I'm grateful that I have been through, a marriage that didn't work. I'm grateful. It led me to other people. It led me to all this amazing experience. I would not be the person sitting here on this bed with these amazing books behind me,
And
this
beautiful smile in
beautiful
front of you.
angel light. Speaking to Maddie Banks on the Maddie B show, if I hadn't gone through all this crap.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
And it's funny, like last night, we got a few comments on an old video that I did a while ago, which is pertinent, which is your shit is your gift. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And
Yeah.
sharing, like, we try too much to break through or transform or overcome these things that have happened in the past. And I think that's a key element that really needs to be, and it is in a lot of people's work that I've seen. But also there's a lot that where people are still trying to get away from their past or forget it or let go of it or overcome it. Yeah, when it's more of an embracement that is what transforms our present reality. Is that what you find?
That is so true. That is so true. It's all of us. Like there is no separation, like
I love you.
why thank you. I love you too. Oh, sorry, the box is about to fall down. There we go. So you love my okay, literally this is like my phone on a box with a vase inside it, with my fairy cards holding up the phone and my Moki holding up the front of the phone, with my journal holding up the box.
I won't speak too loud. I don't want it to vibrate and start falling.
It's all good. It's going really well, actually. It's working out okay. I mean, I'm really embracing the double chin. This is awesome.
I can do that. I can make you feel better.
Double chins. I think a big part of being yourself and like really embracing the true self is to also embrace where you are right now. Like really embrace the person you are right now. So when I'm looking here, well, yeah, absolutely, warts and all. So yes, I have a double chin. Who gives a fuck? Does it change me? No. Will I change? Yes, of course I will. I'm always changing. Am I going to let it get to me? No.
Isn't that funny, actually? And on a little bit of a pivot of topic, but how people talk about in relationships, they don't want to change people, and I don't want to change him, or I don't want to change her. And it's like,
fuck that. We're always changing. That's bullshit.
If you don't change, if you don't change, it's ridiculous. You can't not change anyway. But what a weird concept that is. I don't want to change people.
Why wouldn't you? Yes, totally. Or
never got it.
Oh, they'll never change. They'll never change. They'll always be the same. I would never say that to anybody. God, I would never say that to anybody. We're always changing. It takes one person, one moment, one little comment that can drastically change a person's life. And you never know what that's going to be. So if you go out there talking trash, stop it. Because
it could be the trash talk that does it.
Oh, it could be actually. Actually, hey, actually, that's so true.
So maybe keep saying
there recently. Maybe keep saying it. Okay, don't listen to me. I only know what I know.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, physically we're changing every day. I think it's something like 6 months, and we've got a completely new body, something like that. So
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
I know I'm certainly a lot clearer after not drinking. Is that what you were about to lead into?
Yeah. Tell me a bit more about that, because yeah,
cool. I'm an alcoholic.
Woo! Me too.
Gratefully. Yay. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic, and So I can't drink. It's poison. It's literally poison. It's like, when people say I have an anaphylactic reaction to peanuts. Well,
I
Katie has
haven't
an
had that, but I
anaphylactic.
can imagine.
Well, okay. Well, here we go. Yeah. It's basically Katie has an anaphylactic reaction to alcohol.
True. What is anaphylactic?
Oh, anaphylaxis. So like, yeah, you basically. Sorry, I think everyone. I just think everyone will know what anaphylaxis is. Yeah, it's
That's what I
basically
assume.
your body. So something will happen to you.
Mm.
So say you ingest or you put something on your skin or you breathe it in, and it will cause this response in your body, of like this full on shutdown of your system. Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it's not good. It's not good. So, like,
Okay.
this is why kids get around with adrenaline, because adrenaline's like a heart starter. And it gets the
Yep.
heart going again. And yeah, we need adrenaline. But yeah, basically, this is getting off topic. But yeah, basically, like when people have like a peanut allergy, and they go into this response, they need the adrenaline that gets them out of it. Now, the thing with this was, I guess you could talk about like an allergy, is that when I have alcohol, I become 100% not me.
Mm.
100% not me.
Mhm.
Something else just happens, takes over.
Yep.
And yeah, severe allergic reaction. There we go. Thanks, Valerie.
Mm.
Something else takes over, and yeah, it's just not good. It's not good in any way, shape, or form. It has damaged, or it just damages. For me, it takes me on roads that I would never dream of going down sober, ever. Like,
Mm.
and you hear those phrases of, I was just drunk, or, it was the alcohol. It's just, it's cop outs, really. You know,
It's a pretty potent poison.
it's poison. And, but not for everybody. Well, it is a poison, really.
No,
It's a
it is
poison
for
that we can,
everybody.
it is for, I know, it
For
is for
everybody.
everybody. It is for everybody, but it's the level of poison that a certain person can
I,
deal with, I guess.
I think it's the level of bullshittery that people can deal with. The
Mm,
level of the
yeah.
level of justification they're able to articulate and string together and let themselves believe. Well, that was my
Yeah.
experience anyway.
I think that is one part of it, but I think also it's we're wired differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an alcoholic, you're wired completely differently, and what I've learned is this was bound to happen anywhere along Katie's timeline, right?
Mm.
Yes, it's happened at the age of 35. Yes, it's happened to you, Maddie, or whatever the age that you were. But it's like it's hiding dormant
Mm-hmm.
in your
Yep.
brain, and it is bound to happen. It's bound to happen at some point. Now, some people might get a really cushy life, right? And nothing
No one's got a
traumatic
cushy life.
might well, no one's got a cushy life, but might have a really, well, let's just say, doesn't have to face a lot of challenges, or maybe just can deal with them a lot better. So therefore doesn't need to drink or doesn't want to drink. Um,
Mm.
but some people, and that's why down you like, because I go to AA, right? That's how I fill up my AA cup. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear everyone from ages of 15 through to 90 speaking about their stories, and what was my point? Yeah, but so yeah, some of them are just starting out drinking, right? But they're
Say that
already
again. You just cut out.
recognizing that they're alcoholics.
Huh?
Oh, did I?
Hey, you just cut out a little bit.
Am I?
Yeah. Just
Am I here?
talking about the 90. Yeah. 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 You're back now.
Yeah. So,
You're saying that
so you know,
you're 15 to 90. You've been looking at people
yeah,
tell their stories.
and that basically just tells me, like, because some of them have been dry for a month or whatever, but they're still like 80 something years old. Some of them, great, been sober for 60 years or whatever, learnt the lesson young. But it's just about on that timeline of our path of our life when we're going to get that lesson as alcoholics. Because not everyone's an alcoholic.
Mm.
I've got you thinking, haven't I, Maddie?
Yep. Can you tell?
I could tell.
I went to an AA
Go on.
meeting
Yeah.
last year to check it out. I
Mm.
finished reading
Mm.
Russell Brand's book Recovery, which I think is fantastic, and he went through that whole process as well. And I think it's an imperative part of our society, and it's serving a really, really good purpose. Um,
Mm.
at the same time, what I recognised was it's keeping people in their story, and it's not there's no process in there. From what I saw and from what I'm led to believe, very
Mm.
limited knowledge. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, happy for you to open up on that as well. But it keeps people in their story, and it doesn't have the processes to for as much of the I was going to say embracing it, but that it is embracing it. But what do you call it? For like it keeps people in their story for now. Can't think of
I
how else
actually
to
don't agree
describe
with
it.
that. I
Yeah,
don't
tell me.
agree.
That's all right. Yeah,
Um,
tell me.
okay, so my personal experience, right?
Yeah,
Um, every single AA is different. Every single one, and I can go with the same people.
yeah,
And I think maybe I thought that it was just going to be stories, basically people retelling their story. It's not. It's about what they're going through in the moment, in that day. So often, it's
yeah,
it's about it's about hmm, it's about sharing
yep,
what has helped them. So they're giving to others um, their experiences, but like you can tell the older members, they in groups they're really great because they just literally go around and and everyone just discusses what's coming up for them in that moment today, so it's not always about telling, oh, I started drinking when I was 17. It's not like that. And
yeah, true.
I think maybe there's a little bit of a misconception there that it is like that, because it's not. It's it's a supportive environment. I
Yeah,
actually like to think of it, it's very similar to 30-day go live challenge. I
it
really
is.
do.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
so
Yeah.
similar because
So when I
people are
say
not judging you.
yeah, when I say in their story as well, um,
Mm.
just to clarify, what I'm talking about is they they maintain their association with the label of being an alcoholic.
Oh, I get you. Yeah. I think some people need that though.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely oh, cutting out again. You there? Yeah. Sorry, you just cut out again. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Have you
definitely
got me?
is. Um, yeah, you're back. Yeah. It, so people do need that, and that's what I mean. Like it's an imperative part of the societal structure, and it's serving a really amazing purpose. Because
Mm.
I understand that there is like that full spectrum of different personality types and different mentality types and strengths and
Mm.
weaknesses and all of the above. So I definitely recognize it for the amazing work that it's doing. Um, just for me
Yeah.
personally, and the work that I've done, I've just recognized that there is so much opportunity there to to maybe take it another step further to
Oh,
create.
hugely.
Yeah,
Hugely.
yeah,
But you know what? I've already thought on this one. And
yeah,
you know who the people are, right?
mm,
You know who the people are that are going to be doing this next step? People
mm,
like you and me, right?
mm,
Where it
yeah,
gets leveled up. Because
yeah,
the thing is that, and this is something, God, that's been coming up for me a lot over the last week, is that we only know what we know, right?
yeah.
We only know what we know and what we're
So
taught.
true.
We only know those things. So,
Mm,
there's these people in AA that it's so foreign to even have these conversations, this vulnerability in that AA. That is like, whoa, unheard of, because they grew up being told to never talk about that stuff or never talk about any kind of thing that was vulnerable. So,
mm,
people are coming to the party with that limited, a little that they can. They've only got so much that they can give, and
mm,
that's their AA. Whereas there's people like you and I, who we love being vulnerable. We're like, bring it on. So there's people out there that are like us that want to level this up, and eventually it will. And it's
mm,
fascinating reading in the big book, like reading back to when, you know, good on these three people that just went, you know what? I think there's a bit of an issue. This is 1939. There's no smartphones. And they all got together. I said, I think we've got a bit of an issue with alcohol in the world. Let's get together and create AA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And what do you
I
think
think
about the
I totally agree.
what do you that's right, keep going.
No, you go.
No, finish what
Am
you're
I
saying.
cutting in and out?
You totally agree with what? Yeah, a little bit, but that's all right. We got you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that it's a bit of a like a conformity. Like I guess if you want to kind of think of it like, you know, I don't want to call it like cultish, but I guess, you know, for some people it can keep them in that victim mentality, I guess, and sitting quite happily in that victim mentality,
Yeah.
which is never a good place to be. But I think for a lot of people, it creates that supportive environment and it creates that space where people can open up and be vulnerable.
Mm.
And for me, I already know. I already know. Like, this is not an ego thing. This is like a, this is going to happen thing that when I get to Waverton, if there's not a group there, I'm opening one.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll chair it. I don't care, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Just talking
it
about
will develop.
talk to me about the anonymous side of it.
Oh, I do love the anonymous side of it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a first name basis, and yeah, people would have seen movies and stuff where people walk into AAs and say, you know, hi, my name's Katie and I'm an alcoholic, you know, and it is a little bit like that, I suppose, but it's also nothing like that. um, but yeah, the anonymous part is that you don't you don't need to know anything else about these people, and they don't need to know anything else about you, and that's really great, and people are respectful of that too in the community. So if people see each other in the community, which has happened to me, I've actually literally gone from a meeting to a cafe, and then the person that I was sitting next to in the meeting has rocked up to the same cafe where I'm meeting a friend and they're meeting a friend, and we're like,
Yeah.
hi. But you just
Yeah.
kind of just go hi, and that's it, because
Yeah.
you don't need to do any more than that. You don't need to go, this is my friend that I've just been to AA with, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Just the shared
that's
struggle
up to
within
that
yourself.
individual person how vulnerable they want to be. And I think
Mm.
that's up to the individual in this process, wherever they're at, to that is up to them to how open they want to be.
Mm.
Okay. And that's their journey. For me, it took me a while to start to tell people. I told the people that I, you know, are in my close support, you know, core group, I guess you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of almost wear it as like a bit of a badge of honor, because if I can inspire someone else, awesome, great, great.
Mm.
You know, so not about me. So yeah, I'm an alcoholic. Yay! Awesome. Rock on.
Word, own it. That's it. Set the example. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Not about us. Get full circle back to that. And so we've gone through,
Mm.
right? We've gone through um, the initial journey of really deep diving into some depression, anxiety, and some pretty dark times.
Mm-hmm.
We've journeyed back and spoken about the journey through alcoholism and the part that played in, first of all, being there as a crutch and as a sort of self-medication, but
Mm.
then as a reliant and something that was really just unhealthy and unsustainable.
And it's
Um,
totally an addiction.
yeah, an
Yeah.
addiction. And
Mm.
so, and now from that, pushing up the mountain, right, where you now have this sort of inner self-belief, right?
Mm.
Tapping back into the daily bee here, right? You've really got this belief in yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
really expressing yourself openly, just like you said. You're actually owning it. You're being vulnerable. You're being authentic, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all through that process of consistent growth and evolution and continuous learning
Mm.
and just tapping into the shit that makes your asshole sweat, that scares the shit out of you, stepping into it and
Yep.
doing it and just learning from being
Absolutely.
in action. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now tell me about when, and tell the guys that are sort of in this space and here with us, of what you feel the journey through just not only surviving, but now looking forwards to thriving in that space and being in your own self and with this newfound level of self-awareness? What does that look like?
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. Whenever I think about where I'm at right now, like it just makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy and filled with all this hope. Um, I mean, I really feel it. Like, I mean, I'm so grateful that I had the balls to just stop the crap and stop the nursing and do something else, you know. Uh, so like moving forward, it's like my flat just I love doing this
Wait,
floristry, you know,
wait,
and
wait, wait,
just
wait,
been
wait.
looking up
Go back,
yesterday.
go back, go back, go back.
Oh, did I
You
cut
just cut
out
out again.
again?
You just,
Gosh darn
yeah.
it!
Right at the point where you said,
Wi-Fi.
what I love is, dot, dot, dot.
Oh, what I love is, you know, I love having my own business. You know, I love having my floristry business and I love having that community connection where I'm not actually having to tell someone that their mum's about to die. You know, that's awesome because I'm still getting that beautiful connection with community like I was when I was nursing, but without those negative connotations coming up on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. So now it's more about I do what I love and others can appreciate it or not, whatever. But I'm getting a lot of appreciation, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you know, because I just quit my nursing job, you know, I've made a commitment to stick at this for 6 months, and give it a real full-time go. And you know, I'm getting a lot of people say, "When are you going back to nursing?" Well, I don't know, but it's certainly not on the cards for the moment.
Yeah.
And I know I will nurse eventually, but for now, you know, I got sick of being stuck and fucked. There you go.
Stuck
I
and
got
fucked.
sick of being
Hashtag
stuck
stuck
and
and
fucked. Hashtag stuck and fucked.
fucked.
So it's time to step it up into a new uncomfortable zone. You know, and what does that mean? Well, it means that I've got a business that I can take anywhere I bloody well want, right? You know, and a customer base, whatever, it comes and goes. It doesn't matter. And it's something I love doing. I love it so much. It really brings me back to the present moment when I'm doing my floristry. And well, the next dream is Warburton. You know, it's been on the cards for nearly 4 years and it's
Yeah.
not going anywhere, so it's bloody meant to be.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
yeah, I just need a bit of help getting there, but that's all right. That's why I got to
Right.
go fund me.
That's it. Everyone hit her up.
Go fund me. No, seriously, guys, like kids are not on the cards anytime soon. You know, like I would love it if you can help me and support me through this little journey of finally leaving the support and the comfort zone of living with my parents, and they've been absolutely amazing and pouring love into me at every, you know, turn that I've been on, and I've been through a lot in the last 4 years. But you know, it's time to leave the nest. Like it's time. And as this, I guess, enlightened, stronger, sober woman, it is so fucking time.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I just need some help getting there. So I do have a GoFundMe page, and you know, my goal is 5 grand, and I'm not spending that money on anything else as it comes in. It's literally going to bond and first month's rent, so I can get out and I can start in Warburton.
Beautiful. My auntie lives in Walton and I'll come
Mm-hmm.
visit you when I'm down.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to give me contacts so I can go visit her.
Yeah.
I love making new
Yeah.
friends.
I know,
Look at
right?
me bouncing on my bed. Such a kid inside. Bring that
Valerie,
kid out.
Valerie said we're reminding her of Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Yeah. It's funny because when you and I laugh, we do a similar laugh and we both do the squinty eyes. We're like, hee hee hee
Asian laugh.
hee. Warby is the best. Hell yeah, it is, Benji. You know it.
Whoopee. Yeah. Awesome, hun. So Is there anything really pertinent that you'd love to share and just pass on to anyone else that sort of comes on and sees this?
Okay, yeah, like an ending message. Oh, I love it. Oh. Hmm.
Well, first of all,
Um,
before that, actually,
oh,
share where people can find you. Share your page again,
yeah,
and
cool.
yeah, anything you
Okay,
got that are coming up that you'd like to share with them as well.
awesome. So, if you're looking for any floristry needs, you can find me at KT Blooms. That's KT Blooms. And guys, get on it because Valentine's Day is coming up. And anyone that says, "I don't do Valentine's Day because it's commercial bullshit," well, that's ridiculous because the girls want flowers, okay? So even though if they say they don't want flowers, they bloody want them, all right? So just suck it up and get them a bunch of flowers. So Katie Blooms is where that one's at. Um,
I love it. So
Inspire
true.
me, and it's so true, isn't it? I think guys use that as a bit of a cop out. I don't do Valentine's Day; it's commercial bullshit. Well, how many other days of the year do you actually buy Mrs. Flowers? Actually, go on, do the songs. Yeah.
Every day.
So every day, gosh, that'd be nice. Girls love the flowers. Totally, Sammy. That's right. That's why I sold 200 flower crowns on Sunday. Yes. The other page that I have going is it's nothing to do with business. It is all about mental health support and inspiration. So anyone can join. It is a closed group, but if you just send through a request, I'll approve it. I've got another admin on there as well now. And of course, if you want to be an admin, you are welcome to. There is really no requirements except letting people in or kicking people off that aren't respectful. And that is
Which one was that?
basically, yeah, just
What
about,
was that one for? Sorry, you just cut out again.
inspire me and never give up.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Cool.
page.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Beautiful. And what are people
yes.
doing and sharing in there?
So people, pretty much, if they want, it's a space that if they want to be vulnerable, it's because it's a closed group. It's quite private. There's only about 200 people on there, and it's allowing people to have that space to be vulnerable with support from other people that are also experiencing issues with mental health or mental illness. So that, and also just general inspiration, like people see stuff on their news feeds all the time. They go, that's nice. But by the time they meet someone to tell them that, it's gone. Because, our short-term memory is always clicking over. We think, oh, I'll remember that. We never do. So it's like now, share it now. Get that shit out there now. So
Yeah.
like I've got one up just on my vision board here saying, a flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. I love that one.
Boom. I love it.
So yeah, it's just like little quotes that pop up, or maybe a video. I know I've shared a few videos from the 30-day Go Live challenge. I'm hugely inspired by Preston Smiles and Alexi Panos. I've done their workshops. They are absolutely epically amazing, but they've done the fucking work. So that's why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
So I share a lot of their videos. And the way I feel about that page is if it's doing something for me, if I'm getting something out of it, then someone else probably will. Maybe they won't, but that's not for me to judge,
Well, that's part
So
of the
I just share
collective
what I
consciousness.
share.
It definitely is. And that's, I think, what we find with what
Yeah,
we share on the Go Live challenge as well is whatever comes up for us, there's multiple people feeling the same way. Always. Every single time.
absolutely,
That's what works.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many people experiencing exactly what you're going through. And that's why it was so important that I shared, you know, it was hard for me 2 years ago when I was in hospital. It was really hard. But something inside me said, yep, you've got to share the crap on this page. And I did. There's videos of me sobbing my ass off in this little room that felt like a prison, going through massive withdrawal, because people needed to see it. That was not about me. Did I go, oh, yes, I'd love to show everybody me crying and in a pile of mess going through withdrawal? Yes, no, it wasn't about me. So that's kind of what that page is about. It's really just about helping others and yeah, just creating that mental wellness that we're all wanting so badly.
Mental health to mental wealth.
Mental health to mental wealth.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
Cool. And now What's this beautiful underlying message you'd love to leave everyone with?
Oh, okay. Yes, let's do that. Well, I'm just looking up at my vision board.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for starters, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you look like, you are enough. You are enough. So please start believing it and just never, ever give up, no matter what, no matter what, because there is always something greater, something bigger. You might not be able to see it, but there is something awesome coming your way. It is coming.
Yeah.
You just got to push through. So just don't give up. Don't give up and just keep being you, your true self. It's
To add
enough.
to that, you are enough right now as well. Not tomorrow, or not when you get
Right
that
now.
job, or not when
Right
you get that.
now.
Right here, right now.
Right here,
100%.
right now. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. There you go, Marky, if you're still on.
Love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Katie. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for sharing and opening up and being a part of my life, and for everyone that's joined and is here with us and sharing Katie's journey as well. Reach out to her if you're not already connected. Jump onto her GoFundMe page. Where can they find your GoFundMe page? Or can you put a link in the comments? Or
Yeah,
put a
sure.
link
I'll
in the
put a
comments.
link in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Any little bit that anyone can give would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. And likewise, I've also got a GoFundMe page as well. So if you're
I
feeling
know,
double as
right?
generous, yeah, help us get over to Miami as well. That'd be awesome.
Oh, there we go. Challenge. Double challenge. A bit for
Double
me, a bit
challenge.
for you, Maddie B.
Boom.
No,
Guys,
seriously, I'll be forever grateful.
yeah. And we'll get you there for sure.
Awesome.
You'll look back on these times and be like, fuck, that went so quickly. I'm here already. Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
beautiful?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for today. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. It's been
Yeah.
awesome coming on here and speaking my truth.
Absolute pleasure.
And thank you. Yeah. Day 30. Boom!
Day 30 and episode 50. Fucking beast.
Woohoo!
See you guys. Have an awesome day. We'll
Awesome.
see you tomorrow.